Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am very high right now, I'm not going to lie. Having a great night. I was originally going to go to this event earlier, but I got scared and like backed out because I was gonna have to sit by myself, and I honestly don't want to do that right now. So anyway, I'm going to tell a silly little story time. So I used to work at this place called Tipsy Taco in Clemson. It was a really fun job. My cousin was the GM, so like, you know, it was kind of easy to get away with things, if you know what I mean. But apparently a lot of people didn't like me there, which I don't really give a fuck if someone actually likes me or not. I mean, I could give less of a damn. But like, anyway, so that's something I found out after I got fired. I mean, that's fun to like, you know, figure out. But yes, spoiler, I did get fired from that job because like one of my bosses was like this fat ass ogre loser who was literally like really mean. He dated one of my good friends, and he was like such an asshole to him, and he was just like very verbally abusive and emotionally abusive, and he was a jackass at work too. And like, I thought this guy was my friend as well, like this my friend's boyfriend. Like, I thought that they were like, you know, I thought they were good. I thought that like he was my friend. Like, I thought we were good because we would always talk at work. But low-key, he's the type of person, he's very shady. Like, he talks a lot of shit like behind people's backs and stuff, and I don't really fuck with that. So it's just like really fucked up. And another thing that's like odd to me is just the simple fact that like he bragged one time that like he made my friend cry. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, you're dating this guy and you're bragging about like making him cry to like everyone in the kitchen in the back of the house. Like, what a fucking jackass. Like, this dude literally like is a nightmare partner. Like, I could never imagine dating someone like that. Like, I genuinely like feel sorry for my friend, and I genuinely like could never imagine being like, that's terrible. Like, don't ever be with someone who does that. And my friend is luckily in a very good place now and stuff like that, but and I love him so much, and you know who you are. But no, I think that like it's just fucked up, and it really shows his character. And he would like treat like people at work that way too. He was very like, he either liked you or he didn't. And he was also very fake though at the same time. So even if he liked you, he was also like, he was always just like very self-serving. It was never, you know, just like straight up with him. He was always like very like conniving, and I didn't really fuck with that. And it took me a while to realize that, because I thought we were cool. He would always like hype me up. He would talk about wanting to hang out. He would always like Snapchat me, and it was a lot of fun and stuff like that. Is my fucking eyelash coming off? No, I don't think so. But no, so I think that like just the simple fact that hang on, I just lost my train of thought, y'all. I'm so fucking high. But no, like I was saying, he was just such a fucking jerk. Like, literally all he did was like make people feel bad about themselves. And I think that's just like really fucked up, because the simple fact that he got pleasure out of being like a jackass and being like two-faced, like that's fucked up. And so personally, to me, I think that, you know, I don't want to be with someone like that anyway. But I ended up meeting my current friend, who was his boyfriend, at a work function that I got really fucked up at. Like, I literally was so fucking drunk at this party. Like, he had to like, my manager, he had to like carry me in, which was embarrassing, but I mean, it like is what it is, you know. But yeah, so that was like a really interesting experience. But it wasn't that long after that my cousin ended up getting fired, and like it's like an unfortunate like thing that just happened. And as soon after that, I found out that like the assistant manager, who was this little like midget leprechaun bitch, like she was literally like always so like kind of fake anyway. Like, I would like say something funny, and she would literally always be like, haha, like a fake little laugh. And it's just like, shut up, you little leprechaun freckled bitch. Like, go back on the Lucky Charms box. Like, you know what I mean? But so like, I just hated that bitch. But like, just the simple fact that she went out of her way to like meet up with this guy who was my manager, like they like teamed up together to fire me, because see, if you're like an assistant manager, you had to have like 2 people like be together to fire you for whatever reason. So like one day I had gotten into this altercation with my manager while he was like, he had just broken up with my like friend, and he literally like was just being an asshole that day. Like he was just being like so particular, and he got onto this girl. So one of my coworkers was a cheerleader at Clemson, and she was just like a very sweet girl, and she was like dealing with this really nasty pervert guy, and he was just making her uncomfortable, and she didn't want to take the table, and he like basically like made her keep the table. And so she was very upset, and I remember she was in the bathroom, and it was just like really fucked up. Like it was a very uncomfortable situation. Like I just remember like she was very uncomfortable with whatever situation she was in. And like it was just fucked up. Like you're not going to make a girl go through that situation. So I tried to take over, and he literally like got mad at me, and then he acted like I didn't clean my section. So after getting mad at me for basically calling him out for being a jackass, and then not cleaning my section, which I did, he literally called me later that night with that bitch, and like they both fired me. And I'm just like, honestly, I don't care. Like he's such a like jackass. And then literally on his Finsta, he made a post about firing me, and I like went on my Finsta and I commented, and I was like, you ain't shit, because he isn't, and he never was, and he never will be the shit. He is a piece of shit, but he will never ever be the shit, if you know what I mean. So he can take his trash ass somewhere else. He teaches like fucking social studies. I mean, I'm sure he's a terrible fucking teacher. I mean, he was a terrible manager, so I can only imagine how the kids feel about him. So I wouldn't want to have him as a teacher. He's a two-faced lying bastard, and honestly, like, he can go to hell. So yeah, that's a very quick, short, easy breezy cover girl story time for all of you. I hope you enjoyed it. I am very high right now, like I said, so enjoy that. You can probably tell, but hopefully you like my shirt. I was feeling like very iced out, like with the jewelry and stuff like that. And then, I just feel real cute. So I hope you enjoy this story time. And yeah,